welcome to my channel. My name is Emily. This is my channel, Books for Life. Today I'm here to talk to you about all the books that I read during November and December. And I read, to consult my list, I'm getting old, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books during the months of November and December. So not an amazing month. There were a lot of books I were hoping to read that I just did not get to. I had 16 books that I really wanted to read before the end of the year, and I got to 6 out of the 16. So I kind of epically failed that. But oh well. So hopefully I'll get to some of those reads this coming year. If not, maybe I'll unhaul them. So the first book that I read was The Cool Prince by Holly Black, and this is a fae story. Everyone raved about it. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 out of 5 stars. I was a little disappointed. I thought that I was going to absolutely love it just because of everyone's hype, and I did like it. I liked it quite a bit, but I think if I hadn't read so much hype, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more than I did. I did like the twist, and I am excited to see what will happen in The Wicked King. But just in case you do not know, this is about 3 sisters who are taken into the fae world at a young age, and there they have to grow up. 2 out of the 3 are humans, and they don't fit in very well, and it's their story. It is very interesting. I liked it, and I'll leave it at that. It's pretty hype, so if you don't know about it, look it up. The next one I read was Winter Song by S.J. Jones, and I gave this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I liked it. There was a lot of musical aspects to it, which I thought was interesting. However, I'm not like a very musical person, so I didn't really connect to that as much as others did. I did this as a buddy read with a few friends on Bookstagram, and that was a lot of fun. It was my first Instagram buddy read, and I really did enjoy that. So anyway, it is about this main character, and I cannot remember her name, but she is always told these stories about the Goblin King when she was young, and her sister ends up getting taken by the Goblin King, and so she must find a way into his world, and she tries to save her sister. The next book that I tried to read was Shadowsong, and that is the sequel to Winter Song, and I got like a chapter and a half into it, and I just wasn't feeling it, so I DNF'd it, so I'm not going to give it a rating. Maybe I'll pick it up. I don't know if I ever will, but maybe, but I didn't really enjoy it. So the next one I read was #Fashion Victim, and I actually have that one right here. So this was one of the books that I wanted to read. It was in the 3 books I want to read by the end of the year from Book Boxes, and this is like the most perfect unreliable narrator. So the main character, I can't think of her name, Anya, is crazy. Like you have no idea if the things that she's telling you is actually happening or not. She is a stalker. She is a murderer. She commits like these crazy, terrible murders and then gets away with them. Like the things that she's doing in this book is just absolutely outrageous. She really needs to like be put away. Yeah, basically she wants to be this girl Sarah Taft's like best friend, to the point where she kind of just like wants to be Sarah Taft, and it's really obsessive. She like gets into the fashion industry, and she like has stalked her forever, and she's like a puppy dog around her, but she commits all these crazy murders, and I loved it. I thought it was a really great story. I mean, I don't read a ton of thrillers, and I liked it as far as thrillers go. I am only giving it 4 out of 5 stars, which is actually a pretty, decent rating. I loved how, like, unreliable she was as a narrator. I just thought that was really interesting. Like, it always made me second guess, like, was this actually happening? Did she really just do this to this person, or is this in her imagination? Like one time she like takes this girl's head and like bashes it into a window or into a mirror, and then says that like there was like a shard of glass like sticking out of her eye, and then later on she sees the same girl and there's no shard of glass. You're like, wait, did you actually bash her head in, or did you just imagine that you bashed her head in? So as a reader, you're never sure like what's actually happening, and I really did enjoy this. This was a book of the month pick from way back in September. It's actually not way back, but in September, and I really did enjoy this one. Way back in the very beginning of November, it was actually end of October, I finished Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. This was the sequel to Our Savage Song, and I kind of talked about this in my October wrap up, so I'll leave a link above. You can check that out because I was almost done with it at that. But I gave that one, I think, a 4 out of 5 stars. I did enjoy the series. I didn't love it as much as I thought I was going to, especially with all the hype with Victoria Schwab, so I'm hoping that I'll like Vicious Duology better. Then I read Sea Witch, and I absolutely loved this one. This is a retelling. Well, this is an origin story for Ursula, so you kind of find out like why Ursula became the way that she is, and I really enjoyed it. Things that reminded me of The Little Mermaid itself, and I just thought it was a really interesting origin story for Ursula. And then finally, I read Kingdom of Ash, and this is the last book, I guess, that I read in December. I think I could be missing one. If I am, I'll tack it on to January, but I think this is it. I loved Kingdom of Ash. It is the final installment of the Throne of Glass series. It was like 1,000 pages long, so it took me a couple weeks to read. It was fantastic. It was action-packed. I'm not going to tell you anything about it because if you haven't read the series, then I would spoil everything. But it was amazing. I loved it. I cried. You know, I yelled, I shouted with joy. It was wonderful. I loved every second. So that absolutely got a 5 out of 5 stars. So those are all the books that I read. Not amazing, but not bad. I had a lot of fun. It was also Christmas and I got a new job. So my December was really, really busy. So it is what it is. Let me know, what books did you read? How did you end the new year? Were there any books that you wanted to read that you didn't get a chance to read? Please let me know below. I'd love to talk to you a little bit about it a little bit more. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. And I'll be back with more bookish videos soon. Keep reading!